We're still talking money management. A lot of people do not have a relationship with the bank personally because they don't always understand the banking relationship. And I get it, it's not easy. Sometimes you go buy something, you see it come out of your account. A couple of days later, it looks like you've got some money there. A day later, it finally deposits from the person you bought it from. It gives you an NSF. And a lot of people just gave up with trying to establish or understand the banking relationship. But really, as an entrepreneur, nothing can really replace a great banking relationship. You must have a great banking relationship with banks that are friendly to small businesses. When you hear about the SBA giving out, as a lot of people say, I'm so sick of those videos, they are lying. But when you hear the SBA granting loans, they are granting them through banks that work with the SBA, because the SBA understands and knows that that bank is going to verify and make sure that a company is legitimate. So when you're out here and you're trying not to have a banking relationship and yet you want to do business, now your business may need a working capital loan and you won't qualify. And trust me, if you're in business long enough, you need to have working capital. When you get into a spot, maybe you've worked and you say, oh, I'll just pull it from my 401k. Now you're pulling from your retirement. You're stealing from your future to fund your present. When really, when you hear motivational speakers tell you to use other people's money, this is what they mean right here. It means to use your banking relationship, leverage it against what you need to fund your business. That way you don't touch the 401k. It does not make sense to rob, steal, and deny in your future something to finance right now when we know that things are going to only increase. So you're decreasing your future funds at a time when your expenses will increase, because if we're not sure of anything else, we understand inflation. Think about it. Will things cost more now, or will they cost more in the future? You don't need a college degree to figure that out. It's going to cost more in the future. So if you pull from your 401k, you're limiting, and we're living longer. I mean, look at all of the things we're doing. There are drugs out here to help us lose weight. We're beating diseases. We're living longer. And now you've got to decide the quality of life. So rather than borrow against the 401k, why not use the banking relationship that you need to get the money you need to finance your business? All of that can be done, but it won't be done if you don't have a great banking relationship, which goes back to money management, which goes back to making sure you have an accounting team to back you, to help you, to make sure that your bank statements are reconciled, to make sure you know where your money is going, to make sure that you understand how everything is being processed, when it's being processed, why it's coming out that way, if you're really making money, and to look at it in real time. When you look at your numbers in real time, you can make a shift. By the time you take it to an accountant at the end of the year to look for these tax miracles, it's too late to realize that your business didn't make it. Now, all year you may have thought, dang, something is off. Instead of having a something is off, with bookkeeping, you have knowledge of what is off. You have an understanding of what is off. You know point blank, period, as they say, what is off. You can look in the months and tell, dang, I spent more on fuel this month. Gas prices must have gone up. Oh, I'm spending more to get the supplies than I used to. Maybe I need to raise the cost of what I'm selling or what I'm manufacturing or the services that I'm rendering. All of those answers come through effective bookkeeping, and that goes back to money management. And when you have all of that, it goes back to having strong banking relationships, because you're going to get all of this information through your banking account. And I'm going to go a little bit further. You don't need to have just one banking relationship. You need to have a relationship with Chase, Capital One, Wells Fargo, all of the banks that deal with businesses. I never mention Bank of America because they are so iffy. That's just not a place I would go to. That's me personally. Never had a good experience, and I have multiple clients who will back me in that. And I really don't care if you show it to somebody. It is what it is, and I said what I said. That's my experience. I wouldn't even do a place like Frost. Frost is a very limited bank. It's a bougier bank, and yeah, I said bougier, and they're not always entrepreneur friendly. Citibank, different ones like that offers not only bank accounts but lines of credit. You want to make sure that you have multiple accounts in your business. That's a whole nother video, and we're going to talk about it because we're talking about money management. And when you go from from managing your money personally to business, it is a huge leap. It's a learning curve, and it's one you've got to have somebody to walk you through so that you can be successful. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee. I just want to see you win. Make sure you watch, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and tell a friend.